Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Bryant with Amusement Source. We are here in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Just got done snowing. Might be a few flurries still going, but it's nice and chilly. And this is actually our first stop in Gatlinburg. We were at the Ripley's Aquarium, which is right behind me. So basically what I've done is I bought a 3 attraction pass. It was about $50 with tax. So Aquarium is the first stop. Then we picked 2 other Ripley's adventures and we'll hit those up in other videos. So I've heard a lot of great things about this aquarium, but I actually don't know too much, so I can't tell you too much. We're just gonna jump right in, check it out, and have a good time. So let's go. So one thing I want to point out is right when you're coming up to the aquarium, you actually can go over this bridge and it goes over this really nice river. I don't actually know what the river is. I know I'm being a bad tourist right now, but it is running a little high and swift right now because it's been raining a bunch here, they said. And then you just pan around this way, you can see there's the gift shop to the aquarium and then the main aquarium entrance itself. If you need to buy tickets, it's just right over here, but I did buy my package online. So here we are right in the main entrance. You have this big tank with fish in it. I see a big skeleton hanging up, or I guess you would call that a fossil ride. It looks like they have a children's play place here. And then they gave us a show schedule, so you can kind of see, it's about, first thing we could see is the Stingray Bay dive, and then penguin facts. I don't know, we'll have to see if we can do any of these. I don't really know how big the aquarium is, so we'll have to find out, but let's go ahead and keep rolling. Our first stop is the tropical rainforest, so sounds pretty exciting. The theming in here is really fun, it's very immersive. That's one thing I can say right off the bat. See, these are called red hooks right here. So it looks like we got another creature lurking on the bottom. I'm not super sure what that is. And then you head over here and these are called red-bellied piranhas. So these are some things you don't want to mess with, even though they seem very docile. But I bet if you stuck your finger in there, you wouldn't have it for very long. You guys see this? Do you see this? A huge electric eel? Look at that thing. I guess it's taking a nap? I hope it's just taking a nap. That thing is known as a mud skipper. And there's a few of them in here. Those are very interesting. I like them. And then it doesn't tell us what these fish are down here, but they have fish friends in here with them for when they're skipping on the mud. These don't seem like they do a ton of stuff either. I'm sure they just hang out most of the time. It looks over here we have a green iguana, and he's kind of hanging out in the corner. He's like, no pictures please. No pictures. I'm sleepy and I'm yawning. Looks like, oh, there's another one. Look at that. There he is, taking a nap. It's been a rough day. It's been a rough day of snow and rain, even though they don't know that. These are poison dart frogs. Oh man, look at that one. And these look like maybe you're not supposed to mess with them. I don't know. They're very aggressive with their color scheme. Yeah, very cool though, very pretty. So these are known as four-eyed fish, and they actually get their name because if you see they're gliding on top of the water, and they have built-in bifocals in their eyes. So what that means is they can kind of hover on the water. The bottom half of their eye can see underwater and the top half can see above. It's a pretty impressive trait. Alright my friends, it's time to head in to the ocean realm. Here we have moon jellies, and they are quite mesmerizing. These right here are Florida pompanos, and really this display is to kind of show how fish swim in schools. So some fish obviously swim alone, but this type of fish does swim in schools, and they have very crazy mouths. I am sorry about the frame rate. There are many LEDs in this building, but I wanted to show you guys the zebra moray because it is kind of terrifying and huge. These are known as long-nosed batfish, and There's one there, there. I really like the way this display is set up because it's very family friendly. If you have children, it's very accessible for them. It's one thing to keep in mind when you're in Gatlinburg if you're traveling as a family. These things are bizarre. You guys see that thing back there? Oh man, it just like pops in and out of the floor. Oh, he got him! He ate it. He ate something. Did you guys see that? And then they also have razorfish right here, which are these crazy things. I think we actually saw some of these at SeaWorld. I can't remember. If you guys remember, let me know in the comments below. But I don't know what that thing is on the floor, but it looks crazy too. They do have some interactive features here, like an aquarium control room. So, like I said, very family friendly. You can kind of go, I think, can you go in here? No, you can't go in here. They're just showing this off, but it's still very cool to see. And they have a life support systems deal over here. And they actually show you a huge, what is essentially a pump house down here, which is probably how they control many of the ecosystems that these animals and fish live in. But there's all, in Ripley's fashion, you have all of these interactive hands-on things that tell you various facts. We're not going to spend too much time on it. You guys will be you want to have some kind of surprise when you come, right? So I'll let you guys check these out if you do come to Gatlinburg. So we're actually on this we're like on a bridge above these two water features, and it looks like there's a tunnel that runs down here. Now I have read about the tunnel. There's some sharks in there, but eventually you get into this huge tunnel and you're basically engulfed by the whole water area that's holding these fish. On this side you do have a glass bottom boat adventure, but yeah, you just get in this glass bottom boat. They take you around, you look through the floor, and you can see all of the stuff that's in the water, all the fish and other animals. This is a coconut crab down here. I wish I could show you guys, I wish I could give you some kind of comparison on how big this thing is, because it is quite massive. It looks like there's a place where you can maybe pet some horseshoe crabs down here on the bottom level. We're kind of at a mid-level, we're going down a bridge, but we'll have to see what it is when we actually get down there. It also looks like there's a jellyfish display. They have an employee here kind of teaching people about the jellyfish. So lots of very educational related things at this aquarium, which is nice to see. There's a lot of intense fish in this tank, and they all have, the big ones at least have names. Or maybe that's their scientific name, I'm not sure, but look at how big that thing is. And then you have some dudes hanging out on the glass here. Aren't they just precious? Very cool. Alright, we are back down kind of on the ground level, and now we're going into the coral reef section. And it looks like we are greeted first by some seahorses. And yes, there they are. One fun fact about seahorses, the males actually carry the babies. So, very interesting creatures. There's also one back there. They have a humongous coral reef display on this side. You can kind of see that it's just one big ecosystem. Tons of fish, and you have all of the living coral. But this looks like a huge tank, at least the way that they present it. Over here we have some sea dragons. Sorry about that frame rate, but you guys have to see the sea dragons. Look at them. There they are. Dragons of the sea. We are entering the Shark Lagoon, so this first section is actually kind of like a half tunnel, and there is a conveyor belt in here, but if you don't want to take the conveyor belt, you can just walk on the flat floor. You can see, just very immersive. This is what we were kind of just looking at up above here not too long ago. Just got sharks swimming up above you. There's just people up there looking at us, and we're down here hanging out with the sharks. Alright, and then the second section of this conveyor belt area is a full-blown tunnel all the way over you. This is where the glass boat actually goes. But I mean, you are face to face with the fish and humongous sharks. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh. There it goes. Whoa. And then, oh my gosh. And you have some fish over here like, nah, we don't want nothing to do with that. We're just gonna hang out over here. There are definitely more humongous things in here that we saw from the top, so hopefully as we keep going they will show themselves. They do have labels in here as you go down, so you can try to pick out what types of sharks and fish are in here. There's another big boy right there. They have some big sharks in here. Whoa, this guy is just laying on top of the tunnel and his mouth is a chainsaw. Oh my goodness. That is insane. I think this is the guy we saw swimming earlier. I wonder... Whoa, that's trippy. And then there's another humongous shark that just swam over him. This thing just keeps on going, which I'm not complaining because it's super cool. But we're kind of in a second half tunnel section now, which is really just a connection of the main tunnel that we were in. But I do feel like I see more tunnel over there, so we must wrap around at some point. So you definitely... Oh look, Stingray! Alright, so there's actually a... Oh, it's not focused. There it goes. There's actually a glass boat right here. It looks like they loaded some people. I can see their little feets. So they're about to go across this deal here and check out these fish directly under their feet, which is a pretty cool concept. How do you guys feel about sharks? Are you scared of them? Do you think they're cool? This one's actually swimming with his fin up out of the water, so it's kind of like dun-it, dun-it, dun-it. Sharks, I feel like they're pretty cool as long as I'm not in there with them, you know? There's another one kind of coming across here. This is very immersive. So you come out of the tunnel and you can actually get some Ripley's mini donuts and Dippin' Dots. This is where the horseshoe crabs are. Oh, you can actually touch the jellyfish. And then you can just kind of see how extensive this play area is over here. So, pretty cool. Lots of interactive things to do. But we're gonna keep going. Wow. Very vivid fish in this tank.
Here is the Pacific Sea nettle with color changing lights. Wow.
This is known as a giant Japanese spider crab, and it is giant, and he is coming up with a menacing plan, as you can see by his little deals there that I don't know what they're called. I'm not a scientist, but I'm telling you, he's coming up with a plan to take over the world. So this area here is known as Stingray Bay, and they do have dive shows throughout the day in here. So it's 5:37 right now. Looks like their next one's at 7. I don't think I'll be here that late, but it's very cool. And these things are humongous. I mean, like, my goodness, that is insane. There is a little just kind of food court area right in the center of this place, and it's kind of your typical theme park basic snack foods. They have, you know, hamburgers, chicken, and it looks like it's about theme park price. It looks like combos are $9.99. I know you guys can't see that, but just a nice little thing they have right here in the middle. But we're gonna keep chugging along. And of course they have a penguin playground. There's actually a little deal right here. The employee's cleaning right now, but you can actually pop up in there and you're just kind of inside the penguin encounter there. They're all just kind of hanging out right now. This penguin exhibit actually has like a little outdoor area. You got some penguins hanging out outdoor. You can come check them out outdoor and then go back inside. So pretty extensive little setup they have here for the penguins, and they kind of look like they want to be inside, but I am very positive that they can actually jump down and swim back to the indoor area. The end of the exhibit does feature a little thing where you can actually pet the stingrays, and for $3 you can also feed them. Alright guys, that's going to do it for our visit to Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies. Very fun experience, about $32 if you do this on its own. And I think one time it's worth that. I don't think I would probably come back unless they did something crazy, some big new feature, but definitely a really fun thing to do one time for that price. Keep in mind I did pay the $50 one, so I'll get 2 more Ripley's attractions here in Gatlinburg. Haven't decided what those are going to be yet, we'll have to see. But had a great time. It was very fun, very immersive, lots of very hands-on and educational things to do in here. And they did have a gift shop at the end. I didn't show you guys the gift shop. It's kind of your typical, you know, t-shirts. They have all of the Gatlinburg tourist t-shirts and some Ripley's related things. But that is going to do it from the aquarium, and like I said, we had a great time. This is a great first stop here in Gatlinburg. You'll have to see where we go next. Thanks for watching.